Hey everyone, and welcome back. So you know how much we love diving deep into these relationship dilemmas, and today's topic is one that hits home for a lot of us. Setting boundaries in relationships.
Absolutely. And this one's particularly interesting because it revolves around navigating those tricky waters of a partner's past relationships, even if it's just a hug.
Right. And it's something I think a lot of people can relate to on some level, whether they've been in this exact situation or not.
For sure.
So our listener wrote in about this situation where basically they're finding it kind of uncomfortable that their girlfriend still hugs a guy she had a brief fling with.
Oh, okay.
Like it was before they even started dating.
Right.
But still, it's rubbing him the wrong way, you know?
Mm.
And he's wondering if he's being unreasonable for even bringing it up.
That's totally understandable. It's a
Huh?
whole thing, right? Where you don't want to be controlling or anything. But
Exactly.
at the same time, you have these feelings bubbling up. And it's like, well, are my feelings valid here? And that's what makes these situations so tricky.
It's like that classic dilemma of wanting to be the cool girlfriend or the chill boyfriend.
Yes.
You don't want to make a big deal out of something that might seem small.
Exactly. But then again, if it's making you feel some type of way.
Exactly. And that's where communication is key, which I think is a big part of what this deep dive is all about. Like, how do you even begin to have those conversations? Because in the original post, it sounds like the guy is trying. He even uses phrases like, it makes me uncomfortable or it rubs me wrong, you know?
Yeah, he's putting it out there.
But it doesn't seem like it's really getting through to her. And, she thinks he's being unreasonable.
It's tough because there are two sides to every story, right? And unfortunately, we're only getting his perspective in this Reddit post, so it makes you wonder, what's going through her head?
That's a good point.
Is this her way of showing that she's moved on, that this past fling is completely insignificant to her now? Or, and this is just a thought, is she perhaps trying a little too hard to appear unaffected, maybe even overcompensating to avoid any potential conflict?
That's a really good point. Because, sometimes people swing too far in the other direction to try and prove a point.
Exactly.
And then there's that whole other layer where he mentions that he finds this other guy intimidating.
Yeah.
So you wonder, like, how much of that is playing into his feelings as well?
Absolutely. It's like that old saying, sometimes it's not really about them, it's about us. And in this situation, it makes you think, is there a level of insecurity there that maybe needs to be addressed, even if it's subconsciously fueling his discomfort?
Yeah, it's also layered, isn't it?
It really is. And it brings up a much larger question about relationships in general. How much weight do we give to our partner's past? Because we all have one, right?
It's true.
So where do you draw the line between acknowledging that everyone has a history and allowing that history to dictate the terms of your current relationship? It's a delicate dance, that's for sure.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately what this boils down to is communication. Because if you can't talk openly and honestly with your partner about your feelings, about your boundaries, about your expectations, then you're setting yourself up for a whole world of hurt down the line, whether it's about hugging an ex or anything else that might come up.
Absolutely. And on that note, it leaves us with something to really chew on, doesn't it? Let's flip the script here. If you were the girlfriend in this scenario, how would you handle this conversation? It's something to think about the next time you find yourself in a situation where you and your partner aren't quite on the same page.
Food for thought, for sure.
Definitely.
So thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time.
See ya.